Hi, everybody. My name is Michael Dukepoo. I'm a Hopi, Yaqui, and Laguna Native American. I live in Taos, New Mexico, was born in Arizona. I reside here with our children and my wife.
Hi, I'm Causandra Dukepoo. I'm Taos Pueblo. I've been here all my life. I live here with my kiddos and my husband. We've been married almost 24 years, been together 30. He's the one who introduced me into making jewelry, which is pretty fun.
Jewelry has been a part of my family tradition probably for 3 to 4 generations. I learned from my father. He learned from his uncle, and his uncle learned from his father as well. As Cassandra said, we've been doing this for quite a while. We've been through the country traveling, numerous art shows, done demonstrations here at the house and in the studio, just to do to educate people about different types of Native American jewelry as far as Southwestern jewelry goes. We are lapidary artists, so we cut from rough stones and material and grind them to a fine polish. Like I said, there's different forms of jewelry that you can explore, and through the demonstrations, we just want to educate, as much as we can out there. If there's any questions that anyone had as far as the demonstrations, we're more than welcome to answer them as the best as to our knowledge as we could. So as well with that, we took turns demonstrating, as I would be doing metal work. Cassandra would be doing cutting stones and showing how we polished our stones. It can be anywhere from coral, lapis, sugilite, turquoise. Turquoise was the most stone we used with, and to us, it was the most semi-precious stone that we had to educate about, because there's so much synthetic material out there that looks like turquoise. So we would always say, ask questions, find out what mine it's from. The matrix were always the good part of the stone. If it looked too blue or too rich, then you might have to ask one or more questions about the authenticity of the stone, and where it's from. There's stones that we use from all parts of the world. Sugilite comes from Africa. There's jades that come from China and Australia. But the most jade we use is the black that comes from Wyoming, Edwards, most popular. Just all kinds of exotic materials that we've used over the years. And throughout the years, we'd always hand fabricated. We learned about casting, but we weren't too enthused about it. I mean, everything takes time and more tools and materials to get a good piece. And everyone it has their own good craftsmanship about what they want to go into. It's hand fabrication, casting, carving wax, so you can get a lost wax casting process. And there's just so much array of mediums, even in making jewelry, that you can go into. And but we chose, I think the lapidary chose us to hand fabricate things and to go with there from design.
We like to create our pieces with bracelets, earrings, rings, polos, concha belts, anything you could possibly think of. I've created wagons, where I call it the adult toy, where you can take things apart and put them back together. If you're not the artist, it's a lot of fun to do, just to give more of a hands-on experience from the collector's point of view. When I got into making jewelry, my husband used to say, don't give up, just continue doing it. When I first did it, I used to melt all my silver. I used to grind all my stone to like literal thin pieces. But once I got the feel for it, I got more creative. My kids were a big inspiration to me on making it, as well as my husband inspiring me and pushing me on to go further with it.
Well, as far as designing goes and sitting down and drawing stuff, it usually goes to straight fabrication. Here's a piece that Cassandra just finished, and I'll let her explain more about how her technique and how she developed this piece here.
I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is a lapis necklace that I created. Every piece that you see here is mosaic designed inside, lapis cut individually. And then I'm gonna turn it around. I don't know if you can see the back very well through this camera, but all of them are domed. Anyways, it's more for like the empowering women, I call it. And it links really nicely around the neck, and I'll give a demonstration. You can see that.
So I think as far as designing goes, we need to make sure everything lays right. It can be at different lengths and different techniques as far as material, doing the metal work goes. As far as metal work, you need to make sure it's nice and clean. You're always putting it in your pickle to make sure it keeps the fire scale down and eats up all the flux that we use for soldering. Now the piece that she just showed you is a one-piece necklace, and every jump ring is soldered together. There's no strings attached, and when you hook it at the clasp, it's a handmade clasp that she designed. We've done spring clasps, box clasps, pretty much a lot of things that were just done by hand. So I mean, with the techniques she got there, because it's domed, it takes a lot more time to cut the material and inlay it. She has to look at it first if it's rough material and see if there's any fractures in any material that we cut.
And all our pieces are stamped in our name. Like on this piece here, I'll show you, is my name because I created it. That's not really good, but hope you can see that. Anyways, CG Dukepoo is in Causandra Dukepoo. That's my signature mark, but sometimes the pieces that I do create are a little small, so I'll just go by my last name, Dukepoo.
The Southwest Art Market to the Melissa and Rogers. We've been a part of the museum for, I believe, about a good 15 plus years. We were first invited there, I believe, in 1998 or the year 2000 by Joy Jensen. She was the store manager. It was a good thing for us to get established here. And I believe without the museum, we probably wouldn't have really our name here in Taos being so popular and known through collectors, as well as the museum and the couple of galleries here in town locally. We've always had people welcomed everybody to the house and to the studio to see what we do. And I think over the years, we brought in a lot of good clients and, good collectors, and then later have become friends and family through the years. And I think to both of us, that was a very important thing. We would always donate for the auctions, and we would donate our time as volunteers. I mean, pretty much the whole family here, even through our children, would go to the museum and donate our time. I think because of that, as being a kind of a small community here in Taos and different races here, I mean, it was a beneficiary for everybody. And then we got to get to know more artists and more staff members and board members, and just being out there, we want to make the museum last and have a good goal for itself, and we've always been supportive of it, and every year after year, either our artwork and just being there, and just kind of being on standby, most of the time.
These two pieces are from Causandra and Michael Dukepoo, and this particular piece highlights the mosaic use of fossilized ivory with turquoise and coral. This particular bracelet is set in sterling silver. This piece here is a high polished black jade with a hint of coral, also set in sterling silver. You'll also notice that this particular piece is accentuated with design on the inside of the bracelet itself. This is a beautiful corn ring by Causandra Dukepoo, set in sterling silver with a hand-carved rosarita gold slab, lapis, jade, and chrysoprase. This here is also a unique piece by Causandra and Michael Dukepoo, highlighting the use of turquoise inlay set in sterling silver with matching bolo tie tips. A beautiful gift for that special man in your life.